Just a quick hit video, man. In my Facebook group, the Golden Collective, by the way, it's free to anybody out there that's interested in joining a group of high performers. It's not just for business owners. For any of you out there that's in a high performing space, you're goal oriented, you're driven. We got a like-minded community for you. But I'm going to address something that popped up in my group this afternoon. And it's a great question. And the question surrounds the idea of knowing when to say no. When you're that person, that go-to individual, whether it's in your family, in your business, or on the team, you're being tasked with a wide variety of things. You're carrying the team. You're in a leadership position. And when that happens, it becomes difficult from protecting your time against the things that matter most to you, to be productive for not just yourself, but as a leader and for your team. Think about your family dynamic. If you're that individual, especially if you're in a single situation or you got a spouse that's traveling. I know my spouse and I deal with that from time to time, and you're kind of stuck holding the fort down. You have all these other influences and things coming up into your life and into your business and all of those types of things. You got to be able to say no. It's okay to say no. You got to learn how to say no. I wish I would have learned that in my 20s, but man, I'm going to be 43 years old this year, and I'm still trying to deal with this and learn this. Because the bottom line is, I like to please people, man. I'm a people pleaser. I like to help, and a lot of folks will take advantage of that because you've been there before. You've donated your time, your effort, and they'll play on that. The bottom line is, as you're growing, you've got to understand when you can best utilize that time, who you can best, serve with that time. Part of the questions were, how did you deal with this type of thing? How do you overcome this type of thing? Where do you see these things popping up? And I know for me, it's especially in the business side of the house, it's from my clients, and I've got clients now that have been with me for about 10 years. I've been a business owner for 10 years now. So what that means is the day one, James, running JG3 Consulting at the time, which I recently resurrected to bring some online coaching, group coaching, stuff like that to the marketplace a little bit to help folks out. But my first company, JG3 Consulting, that James as an entrepreneur and business owner is very different from the James that he is today. A lot of that's through growth and development, but the business has evolved. And the bottom line is, as things are evolving, you've got to evolve along right with it. To answer some of those questions is I had to actually make the difficult decision and have the difficult conversation with, number one, the clients that I do like, and say, I enjoy serving them. I've enjoyed the working relationship for all these years, and say, hey, look, man, I got to hit a timeout. I've enjoyed being that go-to person for all these years for you, but let me tell you something. Now PMG, Pavement Management Group, is that go-to person for you. It's the brand trying to carry that through. And guess what? I've got a great team here. Let me point you to Dominic. Let me point you to Dylan over here. They are absolutely in the right place. They've been with me and they're here to take care of you. I will absolutely check in from time to time. I'm here to serve on some higher level things and things like that. But the bottom line is I can't be here anymore to simply just answer that email right away or that phone call right away. This is why it's going to voicemail. This is why I haven't answered and responded in 24 hours. So that's leadership right there. It's talking with that client and saying, hey, I'm not the guy anymore. I've enjoyed being the guy, but the business needs me in other ways. My team is here to help and support you. And by the way, I'm going to check in and get that feedback, because if my team is not serving your needs, I need to know about that. And the bottom line is, I would say 9 times out of 10 where I've had to have this conversation, it's gone extremely well. They understand. They're happy to see a small business succeeding and growing. We've been serving their needs this entire time. You get that occasional individual that's, they may not be happy about that, but they'll take it. They'll take it and kind of move forward. The other side of that is, what about those clients that are just providing nothing but headaches? They're difficult to work with. So, saying no now, you're going to have to just rip that Band-Aid off and just eliminate them from being a client altogether. It can be difficult. I get that. I've had to do this myself. I lost a large chunk of revenue in 2019 because I had to let someone go. They were difficult to work with. They expected me to be there at every beck and call, even though I'm trying to do my part and lead, all those things. So those are some tips that I would say, on some ways to say no, to learn to say no. You can't please everybody. You want to help everybody. Especially, I was told from a mentor of mine when I started my business over 10 years ago to just say yes to projects. Say yes to projects, James. You're going to figure it out. You're a smart guy. You'll get in there. You'll figure things out and move through it. And that absolutely early on, that helped me get to where I am today. But now from a growth and scale perspective of the business and these working relationships with the clients, it's not going to work anymore. I can't simply just say yes. I've got to either put other people in place to say yes and figure that stuff out, or I got to say no. So I hope a lot of this makes some sense, adds value to the topic. We look forward to doing some more of these videos moving forward. Take a look at my page, JG3 Consulting, as we bring some videos just like this on up. And as I mentioned, man, come on to the Golden Collective. We're happy to have you. We would love to see your smiling face. Post up in a video, an intro video in there, and tell us what you're up to, what it's all about, and how we can help. Until the next one, man, y'all be good.